What's going on, folks? Welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So I posed a question on my page, my community tab, and I said, hey, what if Apple made a plastic phone? What if they made a plastic iPhone 12 and they called it the iPhone 12 FE? Just throwing it out there. So currently, right now, I'll show you what the numbers are on this because some people clearly might be interested in it. 53% of you guys said, yep, I'm all over it. And 17% said, maybe for my mom, dad, or a child. And 30% of you guys said, not a chance. And I posed that question for this reason. The iPhone 12, to me, and I just chose the iPhone 12 because of the size. It's right in the middle. Basically a 6.1 inch. I just said iPhone 12, but 6.1 inch iPhone. What if they did that? And I said for $499. Now this is, and I picked that $499 price point, and I said, hey, what if they made an iPhone 12 with the same internals as the iPhone 12 at the end of 2021, like literally same internals, and just made it all plastic, and it comes in several colors: red, yellow, blue, green, purple, white, black, orange, anything. Well, to my surprise, I think a lot of you guys are over this glass body here because, see, plastic, when you drop it the first time, it won't shatter. And glass was probably going to shatter. So if, in fact, Apple did bring out the plastic iPhone 12 FE fan edition, or, just something, I just kind of threw that out there, I think it would sell like hotcakes. And the fact that the iPhone SE was a revamped iPhone 8 and it still sold very well, I think if they make a plastic version, literally polycarbonate plastic, is another fancy word. If they make a plastic version of this, they're going to say it's some premium plastic, which is just plastic. If they make a plastic version of this, literally take all the same colors, which in turn means it'll all be matte at that point, which is what we would want. It would actually be more along the lines of what Google is doing right now. This, see how instantly that's completely different, right? Instantly, just that matte feel is just great. This, I feel, is what Apple should do. I think they should make plastic versions of the iPhone 12, not the mini, the iPhone 12. Make plastic versions of it and sell it for $499. I think they would sell, in the fact that it would have the same internals, which means they could probably, and I'm not being naive now. I know they might say, well, it has a IP rating now of 53 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like a lower IP rating. I'd be okay with that. Even if they took away wireless charging, I still would be okay with that. But knowing Apple, they probably wouldn't for $500. I think they will leave it in there. Because, I mean, they slapped everybody in the face with the iPhone SE. After everybody had bought the iPhone 11, it had the same internals. Camera, everything was good. So the fact that they can do it, I think is important. What would you do if they made this phone strictly in plastic? I think it would sell so much better than what people would think. The 30% of people that said not a chance, oh, I respect it. Some people don't want a plastic phone for some reason. I don't know why a person would want a glass phone over a plastic phone. Glass is gonna break instantly. In most cases, it's gonna shatter. Don't tell me about drop tests, because having a plastic phone that has a matte feel like this, you really don't need a case if you don't want to. Now, yeah, the front of it is gonna probably still be glass or whatever, but the truth is, I think I would buy it immediately. The same phone in plastic, giving me the matte back and everything. And hey, again, even if it didn't have wireless charging and it dropped the rating down, the waterproof rating to IP56 or 53 or 57, it really wouldn't matter to me. It will be about getting the same phone even into more hands, because I feel like this device is probably the best purchase of all of the iPhones offered from the 12 line. Not the 12 Pro, not the 12 Pro Max. I mean, because you're really jumping in between the phones because of the screen size. Because the hardware on them are all the same, ultimately. They're pretty good. They're all glass, same design, different colors and everything. That's pretty much it. They're just throwing that Pro name around for whatever reason because you get a different camera and LiDAR. Who uses their LiDAR that has a Pro? Yeah, that was a pause for dramatic effect on that because nobody even probably knows what that is. Consumers probably don't know what that is, and they probably don't even know how to use it or activate it or anything. So the 12 in plastic, I would vote that up in a heartbeat. $499, same internals. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. Maybe they would take away, I dropped the IP rating. Maybe they would take away wireless charging. Whatever. I would buy it. Would you? Would you buy a plastic iPhone? I think a lot of people would. What would you do if I told you there was a plastic iPhone in the works? Yeah, that was a little, quick pause for dramatic. I'm telling you, folks, it would sell. It would sell like hotcakes. It would just be one of the best. But see, the reason Apple probably won't do that, I think they might, you know what I'm saying? Then they can taper off on all these Pros and all this other stuff and just make one iPhone. If Apple were, you know what? People would say that Apple is setting a trend if they just sold one iPhone and they switched to this iPhone that's $499, plastic, memory, starting memory option, obviously, 128 gigs, because that's only fair. And it goes up to a 512 gig. So 128, 256, and 512. The 512 costing you $599. Remember, we're talking about a plastic iPhone with a few things taken down. Even if, you know what, folks? Even if they were to try to be real shiesty and take away a camera, I still wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. But I know they won't do that because they'd want to sell. If Apple were to switch to just one iPhone and they just sold it like that, I think they would truly outsell tons of phones. I think they would outsell a number of other OEMs. Because if you can get the power right, if you can get the size right, the size is the most important thing to people when you're buying a phone. That's one of the most important things. It has to feel good in your hand. Even this 12 at 6.1 inch screen in the body, some people think this is too big, which is why they have the mini. But I think Apple should do this. One phone, one brand, one. Just change the memory options. That's it. And make it plastic. Because you can make plastic look, this phone could pass for a metal body. It could pass for a metal body. It's plastic though. It's plastic. If you didn't know, I've got plenty of phones that are plastic that look like they're metal. Plenty of them. So I'm gonna get out of here, but I had to post this to you because I posted online, and believe it or not, I didn't expect more than 50% of people to say, heck yeah, I'll buy that. So Apple, are you listening? One phone, drop all these Pro things, all this other stuff. Do what OnePlus used to do. Get the phone out there, get it priced right, spec giant, and sell it for a low cost. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.